In December 1900, three lighthouse keepers walked onto their shift on a remote Scottish island. None walked out. No bodies were found. No explanation was left behind. In the next 5 minutes, we're covering the known facts, the main theories, and the details that still don't add up about the Flannan Isles lighthouse mystery. Let's set the scene. The Flannan Isles, pronounced Flannan, sit 20 miles west of Scotland's Outer Hebrides. On an island the locals call Eilean Moor, a lighthouse crew worked in rotation. 3 men stayed on the island, while a 4th waited ashore as a relief keeper. On December 26, 1900, the relief ship Hesperus arrived for a routine changeover. But something was wrong. The lighthouse was dark. The flag wasn't flying, and no one came down to greet the boat. Captain James Harvey sent a landing party up the steep cliffs. They found the lighthouse completely empty. All 3 keepers, James Duckett, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, were gone. No bodies, no note, and no sign of a struggle inside the building. The last confirmed communication was on December 7th, when Keeper Duckett logged routine weather and lamp maintenance. But by December 15th, a passing ship reported the Flannan light was out. The weather was too rough to investigate. When relief keeper Joseph Moore finally entered the lighthouse on December 26th, he found an eerie scene. The main door was closed but unlocked. Inside, the kitchen was tidy. The clocks had stopped. Critically, 2 sets of oilskin coats were missing, but one was still hanging on its hook. This meant 2 men had gone outside prepared for bad weather. The 3rd, apparently, had not. The weather had been brutal. Between December 12th and 17th, storms battered the region with winds exceeding 80 miles per hour. While the living quarters were untouched, beds made, lamp prepped but unlit, the outside told a different story. The west landing platform, perched over 100 feet above the normal sea level, showed extreme damage. A heavy supply box had been smashed, its contents scattered. Iron railings were bent out of shape. A life buoy was ripped clean from its mounting. The force required to cause such damage at that height is immense, pointing to a truly extraordinary wave. The official investigation, led by Superintendent Robert Muirhead, concluded the men were likely swept away by a freak wave while securing equipment during a storm. It seemed plausible, but lighthouse rules at the time didn't require all 3 keepers to be outside at once. After this incident, those safety rules were tightened. So what are the main theories? The most accepted one is the rogue wave. 2 keepers went to secure equipment on the west landing. A massive, unexpected wave crashed over them. The 3rd man, seeing the disaster unfold from inside, rushed out to help without grabbing his coat, and was also swept away. This fits the evidence: the violent weather, the damaged landing, and the one remaining coat. The only counter-argument is the sheer height of the landing, but waves that high, while rare, are not impossible. Another theory is a simple accident. The men were working with the crane or ropes. One slipped, and the others fell trying to save him in a tragic chain reaction. This explains why they were all outside, but experienced keepers would have been acutely aware of the cliff's dangers. Why would all 3 put themselves in the same perilous spot? And then there's the more speculative idea: psychological strain. Did isolation and close quarters lead to a conflict that ended in tragedy? There's no evidence for this. The logbooks showed only routine entries, no mention of arguments or distress. Over the years, the story has been sensationalized. You may have heard about an overturned chair, an uneaten meal, or strange log entries about phantom storms and desperate prayers. These details are not in the official records and are likely fictional additions created later for dramatic effect. The stopped clocks? They were wind up and simply ran down after several days of not being wound. So, what is the most likely explanation? A violent storm, around December 15th, generated extreme waves that hit the West Landing. 2 keepers went out to secure gear and were caught by the sea. The 3rd keeper rushed to their aid and met the same fate. This theory aligns with the damaged landing, the missing coats, the timing of the light going out, and the documented weather. While it doesn't explain every single detail with perfect clarity, it fits the evidence better than any other scenario. The sea around the Flannan Isles is unforgiving. 3 men vanished, and the ocean has kept their secrets for over a century. What do you think happened? Does the single coat left behind suggest panic? Or does the damage to the landing seal the deal for the wave theory? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but please keep it respectful and stick to the evidence. If you enjoy mysteries broken down fact by fact, consider sharing this video and subscribing for more. Thanks for watching.